and welcome to a new video. Today's video is inspired by all my friends and relatives who are becoming new moms and who are at the moment overwhelmed by all the advice that people give them. Whether they are solicited or non-solicited, and all the advice that is out there in social media, on websites, in books that people recommend to them. Most of this advice is hard to recognize whether it is really it holds the best intention for the mom or for the child. Or if it's just advice that opens a gateway towards becoming a customer of some service that or some product that you didn't even need in the beginning. So basically what this video is about is I want to share with you guys, as well as I'm sharing with my friends, that there are certain things that it will come out as an advice inevitably, but basically you can count on this that it's a counter advice. Basically, I have written down things that have consumed so much of my time and my energy and attention as a new mom, and from a time perspective of like 4 or 5 years after, it has been completely irrelevant. It would have been better if I spent that much time and attention on the child itself, or sleeping, or even in the household, and not buying such a crappy advice from the internet and from other people. So basically, there are things that were good advice like 20 or 30 years ago, but there are different conditions now, and some of this advice, although it might be very good in its intention, may not be applicable for your child. So you may want to consider and fast let go of advice of your mom or your grandmother or your mother-in-law or everyone else who has raised a child more than 10 or 15 years ago, before there was technology in your home, before there was other things that are now available or were available back then but now are not available. So you may want to skip on that kind of advice, or ask yourself from your daily perspective whether it would have been more practical in the past than it is now. Another thing, immediately unfollow all accounts that are not serving you, all accounts that after you see something there, you feel like you should do more, you should be more, you should change more, or you are not enough, or your child isn't enough, or your home isn't enough, because that's not the case. Usually these are people that are working with Instagram, working with Facebook or whatever social media you are following. So basically their income comes through the content and due to the content they are making. So this means that if you are a professional doctor, in example, you would not expect everyone else to know and take care of other people's health as you do within your workday, right? So basically, if you are not cooking like a chef, at the same time sewing clothes like a fashion designer, at the same time taking care of everyone's health like a doctor, at the same time driving everyone else around like a professional chauffeur, at the same time teaching everyone like a professional teacher. So that there is no reason to put upon yourself the pressure to live your life like a professional Instagrammer. So leave the professional social media accounts away and unfollow them if you find more discomfort than um, um, positive income from following them. You may also want to Google less things, except especially things that are health related or symptoms. This takes a while. After a few years, you will be able to control this impulse and know enough about your child's body and how they react and what could happen to a little child, how to keep them safe, what is safe and what is not. You will know enough by experience to stop Googling, but at this point just have in mind that you may not want to Google everything or act upon everything you find on Google, especially health related things. This said, this doesn't mean that you don't want to check up or that you have to abandon Googling altogether, because sometimes knowing something in advance is the easy way of addressing things. The thing is, whatever you find online, it is most unlikely to be the most scary thing that is online, and please have this in mind. Another thing is that whatever the advice is, it is very likely that is irrelevant, because it is your job to do what you know is best for your family. If the advice is give your kids avocado instead of burger, and it's not applicable because your child will eat one bite of avocado and abandon the table or finish a full burger, then what is best for your family is to be fed. What is best for avocado sellers is to sell more avocado. This goes the same for burger sellers. But what is best for your family is to be fed, and it is your way, it is your job to make sure you do what's your best for your family. So leave the crappy advice aside. Another thing is, and this cannot be emphasized more for moms, it is okay to ask for help. It is okay if you ask for help and don't get the help you asked for. This doesn't mean that you don't have to, that you should not ask for help anymore, or just abandon that person that couldn't respond to your help request at a given moment. Also, this comes for the load of parenthood is very hard, and this may not be very visible to people who are not parents or who have passed parenthood a long time ago, and this may require on your behalf some more explanation, like what exactly do you want as a help, and why you are looking for that. Your friends or your relatives may not know that you feel overwhelmed, or that you feel just so tired at this particular time of day. If you this was a mistake that I made when I was a young parent. I kept on inviting people at our house to be our guests, and I would never tell them that I needed some company and that I needed people to just be around, so I can so the child doesn't focus just on me and I can do my housework around. So because I didn't put that in a way that there is there is this thing you can do that for you would look like just coming to my place for a cup of coffee and a chat, and for me it is a huge load of help because I didn't formulate it like that. Some of my friendship and relationships were shaken because what happened is I would call the people. They would come, they would sit, I would do small household chores all around. They would feel awkward because, we're not spending quality time together, and they were invited for coffee, right? They would feel awkward and they wouldn't address what's going on. They just wouldn't come for a coffee next time because, I feel like I'm a burden because I'm sitting alone in your house half of the time and you're just doing small household works. If I said, okay, I need your help, I need you to come and have a coffee at my place while I do some household works and things around the baby, that would have been setting their expectations for exactly what's going to happen. And aside of this, I would expect if a person comes regularly and sees that I'm overwhelmed with what's going on in the house and with the baby, that they would, at least wash their cup of coffee after they had some coffee, right? Which didn't happen because I didn't specify that. And some people would figure that out on their own, but most people wouldn't. So basically, I would feel misunderstood, and I would feel angry at this person making more mess than helping out. But I would never say that I need help in advance. So you see how if someone told me, it is fine if someone told me enough times, to be honest, because everyone tells you it's fine to look out for help, and then you say, but I don't feel comfortable, then don't look out for help. That's fine, Like, no, you have to overcome not feeling comfortable with asking for help and say as many, be as specific as you need with each person that you are counting on, because this helps the people that you're counting on to actually give you what you need. It is it is setting up for failure and eventually failure for the whole relationship if you don't say to a person what you expect and you keep on expecting, and you say that you will deliver something that will not be delivered, like coffee time, quality time together. No, I just need you to come and sit in my house. Okay, this is what helps me. It may not make sense to you, but this is what helps me. Please come and do this for me. Okay, asking leaves us very vulnerable to rejection, and this is fine. This is calculated. A person might reject you because they don't want to do what you ask them, or because they can't. And either way, it's fine, because that can statistically only happen like half of the time. So basically, if you get, it's natural if you get more no from a person to stop asking things from them. But if you get yes at least half of the time, then this means that things go in their natural way and you are having a good and supportive relationship. So another thing that I wanted to mention in this brief video, and I'm definitely going to make another video on this subject, because my list of crappy advice you shouldn't follow, or you should think about before following, is very long. So basically there is this thing that there are tons of books on sleep training, on baby feeding, on parenthood, on whatever else, and they are all containing valuable advice. Most of them aren't applicable altogether, like they contradict each other, but also most of the time you don't need all of them, and going out there and choosing a book that you want to give it you want to give to it part of your attention and time, which becomes a valuable resource once you become a parent. Basically, this can feel very overwhelming, and we may want to abandon all of that kind of advice altogether, all of that kind of activity. We may not need parenting books to become a parent and so on, which is also a fine attitude. Just remember that you don't have to read all the books that are out there, but you also don't have to abandon all the books because there are just so many books and they're just businesses. There are resources like blogs, podcasts, videos on YouTube, and other free resources, and even paid resources like courses that have you to show up, on a particular date or watch something on a particular age. There are apps and everything that are available. So basically, it is if it helps you feel more secure with what you're doing, it is fine to reach out for that kind of resources. And if you reach out for one, that doesn't mean that you have to buy them all and read them all and do all that they say. It's just fine. It's just like broadening your horizons, and you should feel no pressure. And if you do feel pressure, you should dig in. Why is that so? Because then you will know more about yourself, and will have more power to take the most out of tools such as books and courses for parents. Okay, so I will end this video here and now, and I hope some of the advice that I shared with you will make sense and will resonate and will encourage you to feel more comfortable while parenting, especially if you are a new parent. And see you in our next video. Bye bye.